Good morning, students. Now is the time for our online science class. So be ready? Usually we say eat the food like bread, roti, rice, fruit or vegetables. But we don't say eat water, milk or fruit juice. In those cases, we say drink water, milk or fruit juice. Why so? Because when we have some solid food, we use the verb eat, and when we have liquid food, we use the verb drink. Now, why a balloon normally becomes flat wedge, but when we blow air in it, it becomes bigger. So what makes it big? Yes, this air. So there are three things we can find in our surroundings: solid, liquid and gases. Now these all are matter. Always remember, solid, liquid and gases, these all are matter. Here is a question. What is matter? The answer is any substances that occupies space and has mass is called matter. Any substances that occupy space and has mass is called matter. So every substances present in the world is matter. According to the arrangement of particles, matter is defined into three main divisions: solid, liquid and gases. Today we will learn the chapter 6, solid, liquid and gases. Now firstly, we should know about properties of matter. Matter is made up of tiny particles called atom. So, matter is made up of tiny particles called atom. Now, when two or more atoms combine, they form a molecule. A molecule is the smallest unit of substance that has all the properties of that substance. The molecules of a substance are different from another. Actually, what? The molecules of a substance are different from another substance. For example, sugar molecules are completely different from the molecules of milk. Why it is so? Because molecules of different substances are arranged differently. According to the arrangement of molecules, matter is classified into solid, liquid and gases. So again, these things, matter, there are three types of matter: solid, liquid and gases. These matter, solid, liquid and gases, all have their own unique properties. Now I am showing you in your book. It is already, there are many diagrams in which we can see that how they are arranged. Okay, so let us see. So according to the arrangement of molecules, matter is classified into solid, liquid and gases. Here are the characteristics of arrangement of molecules. Firstly, I am telling you the arrangement of molecules in solids. Solids are generally hard. The force of attraction between the molecules is very high. Molecules are closely packed. You can see here the molecules, these round figures are molecules. These are closely packed and they cannot move from their place. They cannot move from one place to another. Therefore, solids have fixed shape and volume. Example of solids are sugar, copper and sulfur. Next is liquid. Look at the arrangement of molecules in liquids. Molecules in liquids are not tightly packed. You can see that they are not tightly packed. They can move and slide over each other. They can move and slide over each other. The force of attraction between the molecules is less. Therefore, liquids do not have a fixed shape, but they have a fixed volume. They take the shape of the container in which they are poured. Next is gases. Arrangement of molecules in gases. You can see the molecules in gases are very loosely packed. The force of attraction between them is negligible. That is why they do not have a fixed shape. They can expand to fill up all the space that is available. Okay. Now here is a, you can see that here in this pic there are many containers, many shapes and sizes. The containers are of many shapes and sizes, and the water is poured in every container, and the water as the shape of the, there is no shape of water, it took the shape of the container. The shape of the water changed with the change in the shape of the container. Volume of water remains same in each case, but the shape changes. Okay, according to the container, the shape changes. Now, I am telling you about solution. A solution is a special mixture formed when one substance is completely dissolved into another. When one substance is completely mix up with another substance, then a solution form. Hence, a solution consists of two components, solute and solvent. Solute plus solvent, and that is solution. Solute plus solvent, solution. Solute, the substance that dissolves into another substance, that is solute, and solvent, the substance that dissolves another substance into itself, is called solvent. Okay. When sugar is added to water, sugar is the solute and water is the solvent. And here types of solution. Gas in gas, gas with gas. Oxygen and other gases plus nitrogen is equal to air, mixture of gases. In air we can find the oxygen, other gases and nitrogen too. So it becomes air. And solid in solid, solid in solid, solid carbon, solid iron. It makes steel. Okay. Next, gas in liquid, carbon dioxide, water. It becomes soda water. Next, sugar and water, sugar solution. And liquid in liquid, sugar and water, solid in liquid. Liquid in liquid, lemon juice plus water is equal to lemon water. It becomes lemon water. Now, I am telling you about solubility. Solubility is the ability of a substance to dissolve into another substance at a particular temperature. We know that there is space between the molecules of liquids. Yes, obviously, there is space between the molecules of liquid. We already learnt it. The space between the molecules helps other materials to readily mix with liquids. Let us see how. Solubility of solids in liquids. When a solid is added to a liquid, it fills up the intermolecular space in the molecules of a liquid. Such a solid completely mixes with the liquid and gets dissolved in it. Hence, such a solid is said to be soluble in the liquid. Examples of soluble solids are salt and sugar in water. So, salt and sugar easily mixes up with water. Example of insoluble solid is sand in water. Sand don't ever mixes with water. Next, solubility of liquids in liquids. All the liquids do not mix with each other. Always remember, all liquids do not mix with each other. Two liquids that mix with each other entirely are called miscible liquid. Miscible liquids. Miscible liquids are said to form a homogeneous solution. What is homogeneous solution? There is no difference between the solute and the solvent. Example of miscible liquids are water and lime juice and water and vinegar. They mixes up easily. Next, two liquids that do not mix with each other are called immiscible liquids. It is different. It is just opposite from miscible liquids. Immiscible liquids are said to form heterogeneous solution. As they are different from each other, so they are called heterogeneous solution. Example of immiscible liquid is oil and water. Oil don't mix us up with water anytime. When oil is added to water, it does not mix with water. It keeps floating on the top even if we mix the solution vigorously. Always you can see that oil float on the water. Next, solubility of gases in liquids. Some gases can dissolve in liquids. The molecules of such gases can find space between the molecules of the liquid. When you see aquatic animals such as fish in water, always a fish gets its supply of oxygen from where? It gets its oxygen from the water. Already oxygens always dissolved in water. When you drink aerated drinks, they contain a large amount of carbon dioxide, so that they flows out heavily. Have you observed the gas coming out in the form of bubbles when you open the bottle or can of an aerated drink? It is carbon dioxide. Okay, and we should not drink such type of drinks. Soluble and insoluble substance. Now, soluble substances are the substances that dissolves completely in a liquid. For example, sugar, salt and copper sulfate dissolves completely in water. Always remember, sugar, salt and copper sulfate dissolve completely in water. They are soluble. And substances that do not dissolve completely in a liquid are called insoluble substances. For example, sand or chalk powder do not dissolve completely in water. So they are called insoluble substances. Copper sulfate dissolves completely in water. It shows here. Solids are generally more soluble at higher temperatures. So this much for today's class. You all please read out this part of the chapter and I'll explain the remaining part in our next class. So till then, bye.